All right, again, I do want to welcome everybody to our Saturday morning breakfast call. My name is Joel Brett, and I'm here with my beautiful wife and business partner, Kristen. And hey, let's get right into it. Let's congratulate those people that in the last week, in the last 7 days, have earned a check, earned matching postcards, or a little bit of both. So congratulations to Greg and Justine and Sam and David and Roy. Congratulations, Greg, Thomas, Jesus, Michael, Pat. Congratulations to Mike, Wolf, Richard, Ed, Jean, Kathleen, Stephen, Christopher, Randy, Rev. Congratulations to Lee and Sandy, Lou, Steve, Lauren, Myron, Stephen, Mike, Jim, Thomas. Congratulations to John, Nate, Grant, Harry, Ryan, John, Judith, Matt, Brian, and Jimmy. And congratulations to everybody that is building the business, is putting new members in. Everything really with Postcard Networker right now is running very smoothly, very well. I just wanted to let you guys know we had a lot of growth last week. Things seem to be picking up going into the summer, which is good. Summers are sometimes slow, but primarily because people tend to slow down building their business. So, I get a complaint all the time from people like, summers tend to slow down, everybody goes on vacation. Well, normally what happens actually is the sponsors or the members building their business actually go on vacation. You think that people are on vacation, so you don't promote. So then what happens is it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because when you don't promote, you get less people. When you send less postcards, you get less people. When you make less phone calls, you get less people. And then obviously you feel like it's slower. I usually mail consistently throughout the summer. The only time of year really that I slow down is right at Christmas time. I've been doing this business for about 15 years. That's the only time that really, even if you mail heavy through Christmas, it does slow down. Okay, if you're mailing right at Christmas time, if your postcards show up the day before Christmas, you probably have a difficult time having that person come and spend money with you. But pretty much every other time of year, and there's better times of year and there's slower times of year generally, but there's not really another time of year that the business completely slows down like Christmas. And like I said, the only reason why it might slow down a little bit for you in the summer is if you slow down your actual advertising and promoting. If you continue to promote throughout the summertime, what you'll find is that it's just a regular, steady amount of people still coming into the business, regular growth. And then in September, you've got a lot more people that are going to be mailing for kind of some of the better times of year. September really picks up. September, October, January, February, March really picks up. But through the rest of the year, we have to keep promoting because we're building our leverage for those bigger times. It can either be you just mailing on your own in September, or you can have a team of 5 or 10 or 20 or 100 people all mailing, for next September, October, November, January, February, March, and so we just keep growing and growing and working and building, no matter what time of year it is. Usually take a week or two off at Christmas for mailing our postcards, but beyond that, we just keep it rolling right through. So today I've just got, I was actually going to do a different training, and then I was sitting here thinking this morning just of this concept of believe it or not, you are right. Believe it or not, you are right. And I'll explain it to you, and I'll touch on a few things today, but the main idea is wherever you place your belief in the business, in success, in yourself, in what you want to do with your life, whatever you believe in your mind, in your heart, in your entire being, you will actually get that. Okay, so for instance, if you believe that you're meant to be super successful, you'll become super successful. If you believe that you're just meant to be average and that you're stuck in your job and nothing will ever change, and you keep telling yourself that it's not going to get better, and you keep telling yourself that life is hard and it's hard to get money and it's difficult to grow my business, it will continue to be difficult. Like you're going to continue to get that. So whatever you put your faith in, your trust in, your belief in, will become your reality. Okay? This is true for postcard marketing. This is true for network marketing. This is true for any home-based business. This is true for your relationships in your life. This is true for your job. This is true for your everyday. I mean, think about this. If you believe that you were meant to sit in traffic every day, to go to a crummy job, and you believe there was no way out of it, this is what happens. Let me just explain to you what happens. If that's your core belief, if you believe that sitting in traffic every day to get to your crummy job that you dislike, that you're never going to get a raise, you're never going to be able to, break out, your mind will not try to find a solution to get out of that. Okay, so if you constantly believe that and tell yourself that, your brain, your mind, your subconscious or whatever will never try to break free of that model of living or that way that you live. If you constantly think that there's got to be a better way, I'm meant for more, I need to be able to find a business or do something else, you will start to look for other opportunities. Okay, and not just like physically go look for them, but your mind will start to create and look for special things out there that are meant for you that you're able to achieve. Okay, if you don't believe it, your brain will just shut off and be like, this is the way it is. If you believe that there's something different for you, there's something better, then you will go after it. Your beliefs are actually going to control your actions. Okay, so whatever you believe, you will act on. Whatever you want, whatever you desire, right? Whatever you believe you can have, you will act on. And I mean, this is a little abstract today, okay, for a training, but I can only teach so many times to people, like, okay, here's where you put the stamp on the postcard, and then you mail it out, and then you be consistent, and you do it again, I can only do that so many times before you realize, yeah, that is all I have to do, right? All I have to do is put more stamps on more postcards, send them out, and eventually the team grows big enough, right? But as part of that, if you don't believe that is going to work for you, that marketing system, that way of building a business is going to work, eventually you're going to quit. You're going to sabotage yourself. You're not going to talk to your members. You're going to feel negatively about it, right? You're going to do things to basically sabotage so that whatever you believe comes true. It's kind of funny. I mean, I look at my family members, I look at different friends of mine, I look at other business associates, and I find that the people that speak negatively, believe negative things, tend to have the worst, quote-unquote, luck when it comes to business, life, relationships, everything. The people that tend to believe negatively and believe for the worst tend to get the worst. And I can't totally explain it on this call, right? I mean, we can get into some really deep stuff, but really on the surface, all that happens is that your mind and your subconscious and yourself, you're going to put yourself into situations where whatever you believe, it's going to come true. Okay? So your beliefs control your actions, right? Whatever you want, eventually you will go get. Whatever you focus on, your mind will figure it out. Okay? Even if you don't see a way today how to get something done, if you believe it and think about it and concentrate on it and focus on it enough, you will attract that to you. Like, you will figure it out. Your brain will decipher the puzzle, right, and give you the right path to take. If you spend enough time researching something, you tend to become an expert, right? Think about where you are currently in your life. Okay, let's just analyze currently where you are in your life and determine whether or not we believe that you're there because of your actions and because of your beliefs. I mean, it's an easy way to prove this, right? To prove this theory that if you focus on something new, you'll eventually get there. And if you don't believe that, you probably won't, because you're not going to focus on it enough, right? But think about where you are today. Think about the job that you're in. Think about the skills that you have. Think about the things that you're really good at, the things that you're like a super expert at. Okay, and it might not be your job. You might be, you might go to work every day and work in medical, medical sales, right? You might be selling pharmaceuticals, but you might be an expert at fixing cars. Okay, well, how does that make sense? Well, because you focus on and you're excited about learning how to take apart an engine and put it back together and find the faults and fix it, right? It doesn't mean you necessarily have chosen that as your field of work, okay? But because you believe you're good at it, because you're excited about it, because you focus on it, you become really good at it. You become an expert at it, right? If you're in a certain job, same thing. I mean, you've focused on achieving to get to that job, to get to that place. If you're a supervisor, a manager, if you run your own business, all right, you've focused the energy on, this is what I need to do. And sometimes you're just focusing on like, well, I just have to get money. So you just settle for whatever, right? Like you just take a job because you're like, well, I just need money. This is going to give me money. So then you get into that. But that's part of your belief systems, controlling your actions, right? If you believe that you just need $200 a week or $500 a week or $1,000 a week, like whatever you believe, you're going to go get a job that provides that gives you that. Does that make sense? Whatever you believed all through your life to today has pushed you in the direction that has allowed you to arrive where you are currently. Nothing more than that. Really, truly nothing more than that. And wherever you believe, you want to go, and you have to believe it's possible, you're going to start taking the actions to get there. Okay? All of you are on this call today, okay? And some of the people skip the call today, all right? Some of the people in our business are skipping these calls. Well, you believe that spending time with other people that are successful, that already have what you want, are going to allow you to get what you want, are going to give you just a little idea, just a little nugget, just a little tidbit, okay, of information that will help push you to the right spot. I mean, that's why you show up on these calls, right? That's why you're in the marketing system that you're in. That's why you send postcards, because you believe that, hey, if Joel and Kristen can do it, if Dr. Dick can do it, if Charles Mackey can do it, if all these leaders can do it, if Greg Amos can do it, then I can do it too. I can have success too. I can mail some postcards, build a team, generate an income as well. And then you spend the time learning, doing, practicing. And the funny thing about the postcard marketing systems is sometimes it's like, if you believe it'll work, then you just have to spend the time consistently. Like, it literally could take a year to build up your business. It could take 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know. It could take 3 months. Depends on how many people that come into the business that are, superb people that also believe the same way you believe. But there's no doubt in my mind at all that it won't work, because it's just about like percentages. It's totally math, right? Postcard marketing is just math, because the presentations are the same, the leads are the same, the sales pitches are the same. You just have to hit the right people at the right time with the right message. So over time, you're going to start accomplishing that, right? So wherever you are today is a result of all the actions that you've taken over the last 5, 10, 20 years. But the actions were controlled by your belief system, right? Whatever you did was controlled 100% by what you believed you could get by doing those actions. And if you don't believe you can get a certain outcome, I mean, that's why you're stuck where you are, right? Your beliefs also control your attitude. Now, this is an interesting one because no matter how much of a certain action you take, without the right attitude, sometimes you get poor results, okay? I want you to think about this. So if you want to, let me take an example outside, well, let me give you an example inside a business. If you feel like and you believe that talking to people on the phone is a waste of time for your business, but you still take the action because you believe, well, you have to do it, but you have a poor attitude about it, right? Like, you're like, it's just a waste of time. Why am I talking to these people? But I really have to, so I'll just do it anyway, right? So your beliefs are a bit contradictory. So you know you have to do it, but you think it's going to produce 0 results. So then when you talk on the phone with some of your members, your attitude stinks, right? Like you're not excited. You're saying things that are basically sabotaging your own business because, you know, when they ask things like, oh, does this work for you? Well, I don't know. It's kind of working. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. You know, I'm waiting to see. I mean, if you're not certain, that really doesn't give a lot of comfort to your new member. And then what happens is when you talk to your new member with a poor attitude, what? Then they don't want to do it either. Then they believe that, it's not working for that person, maybe I won't do it. And that person's in your downline, so then they decide to quit and not do it. And then again, self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because you don't really believe it, but you know you got to do it, so you do it anyway, but your attitude stinks. So then because of your attitude, you get poor results. I mean, if you totally 100% believe that you can make it and that you're worth it and that you can build a huge business, your attitude is completely 100% shifted overnight. Literally. You can shift your attitude right now to a place where, like, if the light bulb goes on right now for you, and you realize, if you actually realize that 95%, 99% of this game, this home-based business game, is based on your beliefs, whether or not you believe you can make it, kind of changes things a little bit. Because everything starts with you, right? Everything starts with changing from saying things like, well, I hope this works. I hope I don't lose money. I hope this isn't a scam. I really hope this is going to work for me this time. Nothing's ever worked for me before. Hopefully this will. That's going to kind of create a poor attitude, right? That's going to kind of create poor results because your actions and your attitude won't match. Well, it'll 100% match your beliefs, actually. It'll just be poor actions and poor attitude, right? Matching the poor belief system. So if you can change what you believe going in, like, this is it. This is exciting. I can do this. With or without anybody else, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter if, the internet stops working next week. Like, the entire internet goes down, right? I'm still going to make this happen. It doesn't matter. Like, because I've got it in me. I'll figure it out. No matter what happens, no matter if I get a good percentage on my mailing or not, no matter who comes into the business, I'm going to make sure that they know that we're doing this. I'm going to call them and I'm going to make sure that they know that, yeah, we're all doing this together and we're all making it no matter what. all of a sudden your belief system is slightly different, right? It's gone from a place of hopefully to a place of certainty. People with certainty succeed at a rate far higher than everybody else. If you know that you're going to make it, if you just know, if you just feel it, if you just know it, like no matter what happens, you're going to have some setbacks. Like, for those of you that haven't read my book, Postcard Dynasty, yet, pick it up, okay? Read it. It's like $10 or 15 or 20 bucks or whatever. Read it. Realize that Joel went through a lot of crap, a lot of negativity, a lot of setbacks, and guess what? The entire time, right? I never worried about what everybody else was doing. I never worried about maybe I would make it or maybe I wouldn't. I knew I would make it. I just didn't know how. I just needed to find the how. I just needed to stick with it long enough until I broke through. A lot of people quit right before they break through because they don't believe it, their attitude stinks, and then they don't do the right actions, right? Your beliefs are going to ultimately, and this is what I'm getting to, is your beliefs ultimately are going to control your outcome of your business. They control what you do. They control how you feel about it. But most importantly, they control where you get to. The beliefs are where you start, right? The beliefs are where you start. And by the way, I want to point out there's somebody typing on there right now. Great. I don't mind the interaction. Negative attitude, negative beliefs. Oh, I don't know. I sent out some postcards. I got some hits. People didn't opt in. Maybe it's not as easy. Maybe it's just not as easy as it sounds. Maybe it's easy for Joel, but not us. I don't mind the interaction, but like that's proof right there. That person, unfortunately, I got to call you out. Your belief system stinks. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't believe you can do it, I guarantee 100% you will not take the actions. You will have a poor attitude. You'll talk negatively in an open forum to other people where your people might be listening to the call. Your downline, your people that opted in might be on this call right now. You're talking negatively, which can potentially affect them, which then they don't want to join. Like, just think about it. Just think about what you're doing every single day. It only starts with your beliefs. That controls your actions, controls your attitude, and will get you to the success or not that you want. There is nobody on this call today. There will be nobody on this call next week or the month after that can convince me that I can't make it, that can convince me that I can't make a full-time income from home using a simple postcard marketing system. There's nobody on this call that can do that. I don't care if you get 0%. I don't care if you mail 1,000 postcards and don't get any. Because guess what? The next 1,000 you mail, you're going to get a whole bunch. But if you don't believe you can, after the first 1,000 you quit, or after the first 100 you quit, or after the first 200 you quit, and you're like, this doesn't work. I got to try something else. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I know that it works. I know that people come into the business. I know that if I call them and talk to them and help them, they're going to have a better chance of succeeding. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, right? My beliefs, my attitude is affected too, same as everybody else's. I'm not perfect, right? I'm not 100% perfect. I never will say that I am, but I understand what's going on, and I'm trying to get you guys to understand that too, right? If you want to change your life, you have to change your thinking first. I'm not the first one to ever tell you this, I don't think. But I'm almost like pleading with you today that that is true. You have to do that. That's the first step. You can't just have a poor attitude and send postcards and hope to get rich, because your mind will sabotage your success. It will change your actions. It'll change your attitude. and it'll get you to quit the businesses, jump around. If you've ever been in like one business, then you quit it, you go to the next one, you quit it, you go to the next one, you quit it, go to the next one, quit it, go to the next one, right? Here's the problem with that. You're not sure it's going to work. You don't really believe it's going to work, but I'll tell you what, I could literally, me, just personally, where I'm at in my life and what I believe, I could join any network marketing business today and have success with it. Any network marketing company. Now, obviously, it's got to be a company with an okay product for me to want to join it. It can't be a total scam, right? Like it's got to have a product or service that people are selling, for a reasonable price, etc. But I could literally, there's hundreds and thousands of network marketing companies that are good companies, that are even average companies. Some are below average companies, and I could make money with them. But it's only because I believe I can do it. And then I will start to take the actions that create the success, that create the results and the outcome that I want, right? You can't talk me out of that. I believe I can do it. Any company. We could pick a company, any company, I could join it, I could make money at it. Because I believe I can. So when you quit a company, or you're thinking of, should I keep going in my network marketing company, my vote is that you say, absolutely, yeah. Stay in your network marketing company, right? And just do the activity it takes to get more people, because that's what's going to generate the income. No matter what company you join, it's not the company or the products or the compensation plan. 99% of the time, it's you. It's you just not doing enough work. It's you just not putting enough leads in front of the system. It's you just not presenting the business enough. And I can only say this because this used to be me. Years ago when I first started, I was the one that wasn't presenting my business enough. I wasn't promoting enough. I wasn't advertising enough. I wasn't bringing enough leads to the business. That's why I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I believe that if you're not having enough success or as much as you want, it's just because you need to introduce more people to your company. It's not find a new company. It's not find a new product. It's not find the latest, greatest comp plan. It's literally just push more traffic, push more people in front of your opportunity. If you believe that you can make it, you will start to do the activities and the actions that will help you get there, right? If you do the right actions without the belief, eventually your brain, your mind, your subconscious will get you to stop doing the actions whether you like it or not. It will. It'll just sabotage you. It'll sabotage your attitude, and it'll screw up your outcome every single time. Doesn't matter. But if you start with the right belief that, yeah, I can do this. This is possible. I mean, and here's what got me to be able to believe 100% that I could do it. Okay? I attended some events back in probably 2000, the year 2000, like 18 years ago. 18 years ago, I created the belief that has lasted all this time. Funny, right? I watched some people go on stage at an event, at a hotel meeting, and they were announcing that these people were making $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month. One couple, I think, had made $80,000 a month or something like that. And I looked at that and I said, wow, those are just regular, everyday people. Regular, everyday people. How is that possible, right? Like I started to just literally to my core think, they're not any better than me. They're not any different than me. They're not smarter than me. It's just that they put in the time. They put in the effort. They put in the belief, right, that they could do it. They never quit. They never gave up. They kept going through all the difficulties, all the hard times. That's what I realized is that they just pushed through. no matter what. I want to tell you that I've got some skills, I've got some abilities, but it's only because I've worked at it. It's only because I've learned. It's only because I've pushed through. But I'm no better than anybody on this call. I'm just the one talking today because I want to encourage you, because I've already made it. Like I've been able to generate a full-time income from home. I've been able to build businesses so that I can work at home, and that's kind of what you guys want today. At least that's why I think you're here. But I don't think I'm better than anybody on this call. I don't think I'm smarter than most of you. I mean, there's probably people on this call that are brilliant, that are way smarter than I am in different things. I'm just really good at being focused on believing that I can do it no matter what, and I just have to learn how to put more people in front of the business, how to do the marketing, how to talk to people, how to cultivate my teams. Like, these are just things you have to learn over time. You have to practice. You have to believe you can do. And you have to stick with it no matter what. Pick a business and build it for the next 10 years if you have to. But believe that you're going to get there. You know, stop bouncing around looking for a lottery ticket. Stop bouncing around looking for a magic pill. And just focus. And you'll end up with the same outcome that I have. You'll end up with the outcome that you want. You'll end up getting there too. And if you talk negatively, and if you type negatively, and if you question yourself, you question me, you question the system, you question the business, you question the industry, you question whether network marketing even works or if it's just a big ripoff, if you're constantly wondering that and you don't believe that it's possible, you'll never make it. You never will. But if you believe that, hey, this is an opportunity that's better than anything else out there currently for a part-time effort, you know, I can go to my job full-time, I can take some of that income, I can invest it in a part-time business, and I can build my part-time business on the side until eventually it grows big enough so that I can quit my job, so I can replace my job. Eventually I'll grow it big enough. I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Everybody can. The opportunity is available for everybody. It's not just for certain people that grew up with certain parents or certain wealth or whatever. I came from, you know, two parents that worked at jobs for their entire lives, worked for the government. No business experience, no entrepreneurial stuff, no super income, you know, just a regular, average, you know, life. Go on vacation once in a while, take a holiday once in a while, live in an okay house, you know. But I believed there was more. I believed I could do it, and I believe you can too. Don't make this business about me believing in you more than you believe in you. I believe you can do it. I believe everybody can. I wish everybody can. I hope everybody can. So start off just today writing down on a piece of paper, like a pledge to yourself, to do it no matter what, like to make it, like you deserve it. What is it that you want out of this business? What is it that you want out of your life? What is it that you want out of network marketing? Like, can you make it? Answer that question. Do you believe to your core that you can also do this? That you can also make $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $20,000 a month? Are you worth it? And if you can't answer those questions positively today, I want you to start just sitting down and thinking and having a hard look at yourself and saying, yeah, why not? Why can't I? What's holding me back? The limiting belief usually is just yourself. The limiting factor is usually just the belief in yourself, right? So sit down, have a hard look this weekend at yourself, at your life, at your business, at your job, at everything that you do. Realize that everything is a result of all the decisions that you've made and all your belief system up until today, and realize that the next 5 or 10 years of your life will be 100% impacted on everything that you believe and that you want and that you work to achieve. Your beliefs will control your actions, your attitude, and eventually get you the outcome that you believe that you deserve. I believe that there's more for you in this life. I believe that there's more for you currently. There's so much for us to do. There's so much for us to achieve. There's so much for us to accomplish. There's so much for us to give. I believe you can do it. I hope you do too. So anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. I hope you take some time just to reflect for yourself, reflect for your business, reflect for your family, reflect for everything that you want in this life. I believe you can do it, and I hope you do too. Have a great weekend, everybody. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.